What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about this Twitter news story that I saw that Daisy Ridley is back on social media after being gone since 2016 because she deleted her social media because of online attacks, basically. And I thought, well, you know what? I retweeted it on Twitter. It did pretty well over there. Like, it got a lot of response. I have some things to say about it as well. So I thought, hey, this is a different kind of video. This is not normally the video I would make for either of these channels, but here we are. But I do think it's honestly an important point, and it's something that I have some things to say about it. I have been a very vocal person in terms of saying how much I do not like the Disney trilogy, really what Disney has done with Star Wars just in general, besides The Mandalorian. And even The Mandalorian is a little spotty here and there once you really seriously think about it, but mainly the trilogy, mainly those three movies. I remember so vividly walking out of episode 7 and thinking Star Wars is back. Like, I cannot believe how good that was. I cannot believe how excited I am to be part of the fandom and to go into this trilogy, the next two, I guess, and see where they take me. And I remember that so strongly. In fact, we did a review on the main channel. This was years and years and years ago when the channel kind of first started, and it's pretty funny. But so that was my mentality. And then 8 and 9 obviously came out and were just absolute garbage, in my opinion. And Rey was a big problem with that. Now, again, the reason I kind of wanted to make this video was to make a couple things clear and to kind of just, you know, I've said this before, but I wanted to say it, you know, again now, considering, you know, Daisy Ridley is back. The attacks are sad. The attacks are sad, and the attacks shouldn't have happened. I get it. I mean, there's celebrity figures, and when you are a celebrity figure, or when you're somebody in the spotlight, or when you're somebody in a franchise that means something to people, I mean, the world that we live in, and I do believe it's kind of always been this way, right? There's social media has obviously elevated it. You're going to get attacks. Now, does that make it right? No. It is probably the nature of the beast that it's going to happen, but it's not okay, and it's not right. I don't understand. I guess my biggest thing that I've always said, and I just don't get it, I don't get why people can't be critical, but to hold back on those, the most severe parts of it. You know what I mean? I'm very outspoken. I've said this on both channels in terms of you have the right to your opinion. You have the right to criticism. If you don't like something, and like, why not? Why not say, hey, but respectfully, maybe you add in what you would do differently, or maybe you just say, hey, I hated that, but it kind of ends there. You know what I mean? And I think that's fine. I think that's discourse. Again, that's what humans do in general. Social media has just amplified it, but it doesn't really need to go on any further than that. Now, maybe people delete their social medias just from saying, hey, I didn't like your character in Star Wars. And I don't even know if it's necessary to even say something like that to an actor or actress. I don't. Maybe that's kind of in a gray area. But what I will say is then attacking the person, right? The people that attacked Daisy Ridley, that maybe called her names or said stuff about her, she's the lead. Of all the people to blame, and this is what I said on Twitter, of everybody to blame, she's not on that list. She's not. John Boyega is not on that list. None of these people are on the list. Truly, these people, I think Star Wars 7, 8, 9 was very well acted. In fact, I think Star Wars 7, 8, 9 was probably the most well acted of any of the, collectively, of any of the groups of Star Wars movies that we've ever gotten. You know, 4, 5, 6 obviously are legendary. And I think like Harrison Ford did really good, but like Mark Hamill, specifically in 4, I mean, he was pretty awful, to be honest, in my opinion, in terms of the acting, not necessarily the character, but like, so, and you go back to the prequels, I mean, my God, you could say a lot of the stuff about the prequels, right? Some of that's the acting, some of that is the writing, some of that is the direction, right, from George and all that stuff. So, I mean, you can't blame them, you know, solely, but it's actually kind of weird to me when I think about it, where it's like, no, in terms of like the core cast, like Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, are you kidding me? These are great. I mean, they're so talented, and I've always thought that, even back in the day when I made videos hating episode 8, episode 9, and loving episode 7. Throughout that entire journey, I had always had such respect for how good they were. Now, Rey is, in my opinion, is a horrible character. She's a Mary Sue if there ever was one. Just horribly written. Not necessarily even in like the dialogue or her character arc. I think those things are actually kind of okay. But in terms of just being kind of overpowered, and I think a lot of that comes from J.J. Abrams, I fully, conspiracy theory-wise, I fully think J.J. Abrams had a plan with her in 7, probably to connect her to Luke or something, and then Rian Johnson just completely threw it out the window, and then here we lead up to being part of the Palpatine, descendancy. So I don't think that was planned. I think that was a huge problem with Rey. I think her overpoweredness was also a problem with her. But did you hear my criticisms? But guess what I didn't say? The acting, the actual performance from Daisy Ridley was fine. I would say fine, but I say fine as in like just rock solid. I would say much better than fine. She did phenomenal. She did. She was great. And I remember telling like my cousin this when I'd be texting my cousin, even going into like episode 9. So this was after 8. This was after, in my opinion, Disney just murdered Star Wars in front of my eyes. I still remember saying, Daisy Ridley makes me like Rey. Like, I still like Rey because of Daisy Ridley and because of the portrayal of that character by her. That takes a lot because that character, I think, is so bad, but she actually holds her up to a fair amount. It's not her fault. It's basically what I'm saying. So that's the one part of it. Nobody really should be attacking her in the first place. If you're gonna be, and this is not like a sign, if there's anybody to blame, not attack, if there's anybody to blame for this stuff, or why you hate Rey, say you hate Rey so much that you feel the need to attack Daisy Ridley, don't attack, but you should direct those feelings, not attacking, not threatening, to Disney, to Kathleen Kennedy, to J.J. Abrams, to Rian Johnson. Those are the people that you don't attack. Again, I have to make that clear for YouTube purposes specifically, but also just in real life. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no need. There's no need for doxing. There's no need for threats. There's no need for violence. If you have criticisms and you have complaints, those are the people that you send it to, not Daisy Ridley. So you could argue actors need thick skin, and they do. And you could argue a lot of different aspects around this. You could argue that. You could argue criticisms and, I guess, throwing attacks at people have literally always happened. It's just now because of social media. It's very I mean, if you hated a movie or you hated an actor or actress back 30 years ago, how were they ever supposed to know that you hated them? You know what I mean? You have to send them mail. You know what I mean? And do they read the mail? So it's like, you know what I mean? It doesn't even get to them. So it is, I think, generally a new thing, right, where these people can go online and see. Whether they do it or not is up to them. And you could argue, and there is an argument to be made, turn off social media, right? If you're Daisy Ridley, just kind of, you could do it, post some pictures of yourself, whatever, interact with fans here and there, but largely stay off of it because you know what's going to happen. Again, though, I don't know if it's not really enabling, you know what I mean? It's like, well, stay off of it because you know people are going to do attacks. That's like saying, well, you're okay with the fact, I don't know. Yet again, I don't know if that actually means that, you know what I mean? Just be nice. Not even be nice, but if you are going to have complaints, I fully respect the right for people to say it. I just do. I'm not even a person that said, well, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. I mean, again, don't attack people, don't threaten people. But if you have a complaint and you have a solution, I don't think there's anything wrong with voicing, considering this is a franchise that the fans built. I mean, these movies wouldn't exist without the fans. Disney takes over, they put out their products. We have a right to say we either love it or we hate it or somewhere in between. Like, that's on us to do that. So to tell us, well, you have to stay quiet. If you don't like it, stay quiet. Like, if you like it, you can talk. But if you don't like it, stay quiet. Well, but it's our franchise. And that probably comes across the wrong way. And I've said that kind of lingo before. And I don't really think, I think you guys actually get where I'm coming from. I get we didn't create it. But much like anything, and this has fully always been my stance on it, like, yeah, I mean, it's George's, and then it obviously fell to Disney, and they're doing that. I get that it's theirs, and they can do whatever they want with it, but it's our money that support. If they don't have us, they don't have Star Wars. Star Wars doesn't exist. If they don't have us, they don't have a game, or a movie, or a television show, or music. So that's all part of it, you know what I mean? So I don't say to back down from criticisms. I say back down from the attacks. I mean, I don't think Daisy Ridley deserves it. I don't think anybody deserves it, but obviously. And by the way, she's back. So, she's back on social media. I don't know where. I don't follow really celebrities at all, so I don't know. Maybe probably Instagram, right? So if you are gonna follow her, just keep it light, I guess. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And I hope to see you all on the next video.